Hey everyone, it's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy, here for our first reaction, out of the living room reaction for the documentary, Bono, Stories of Surrender. And I'm not even gonna try to bury the proverbial lead here. I need to start by saying this. Bono is a very talented filmmaker, seems like a very lovely guy. Andrew Dominic is a really great filmmaker, and he's said some shit, but he seems like at least he'd be an interesting artist. I'm the guy who liked Blonde. There you go. With that being said, this is one of the worst, most self indulgent, pretentious things I have seen in regards to films about musicians. Oh my god. This movie was hard to sit through. This is 85 minutes long, and it felt like 85 days. It was so. All this movie is, for the most part, is Bono sitting in a chair beside an empty chair, telling his life story to nobody in particular, occasionally very briefly interrupted by about 60 seconds of him singing a U2 song without any of the backing band and without any of the pyrotechnics, and so his voice sounds like a castrated goat. It sounds terrible. This movie is, you could tell that this is from the heart. I thought this was an ego trip. Now people complain, "Oh, Grant, you liked Hurry Up Tomorrow." Okay, but Hurry Up Tomorrow, despite how it's been received, it had a purpose. It had a point. There was something even with all of its self-indulgence and its pretentiousness, The Weeknd did show us a side of himself. He showed us something. This movie, there's nothing about Bono we don't know. Yeah, he had a bad relationship with his father. He struggled with his life and his faith until he met his wife. We all know this. And that's basically what he hammers home for 85 minutes. It's a bummer because these are two talented people, but this is a case where the combination just doesn't mix. It just doesn't work. And it's even the filmmaking gets kind of drab after a while. It's shot in black and white in that signature way. Clearly, Andrew Dominic is trying to go for kind of what he did with his previous documentaries, two documentaries he did on Nick Cave and Warren Ellis. But those films, the Once More with Feeling and This Much I Know to Be True, but those movies really were about something, and these artists had something really to say. A story they needed to tell, that they needed to tell on film. There's nothing about this that's necessary. This is so airless and so soulless and so. It's masturbatory. The whole thing just feels like you're watching your uncle bring out his old guitar and talk about how cool he was back in the day for an 85 minutes. And it's heartbreaking to see an artist on the level of someone like Bono doing this, especially following only a year after a really terrific documentary where Bono was a main figure in Kiss the Future, which like nobody saw, about Live Aid and how all that came together. There's none of that here. This is really bad. I think that if you have a high tolerance for Bono speechifying, I think you might be okay with it. But for everybody else, this movie is really hard to sit through. And this is going to be my answer when everybody asks me, why did you love Hurry Up Tomorrow? I'm like, well, have you seen Bono Stories of Surrender? It's a lot worse, I think. Yeah, this is bad. So anyway, the comment section on this one's probably going to be really fun. We will be back later tonight for out of the living room reaction for Mountainhead. Monday is AMC Screen Unseen. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, do all the things, and yeah, take care. Love you guys. Bye.